What's up, good people? What's up, good people? It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder, coming to you from the lab. Y'all know what we do in the lab. Today is what? Think Different Greatness Thursday. Think different. Greatness Thursday. Greatness happens on Thursdays. So I want you to be a part of that greatness, the greatness that you are, the greatness that is within you. We want to see that, and you are great already because you don't think like everybody else. As entrepreneurs, we do not think like everybody else. We get paid to think, as Eric Thomas said. You don't pay me to to perform. You pay me to think. I get paid to think, and you have to understand that as an entrepreneur, when you're thinking, as you're thinking, it increases the value of who you are, and people will see that value and they will want to pay you for that value. I had a welcome to the brand new suite. I'm Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. For those that may not be familiar with me, I'm the president CEO of J&F Enterprises, and what we simply do is we assist entrepreneurs to be able to reclaim their time so that they can be more focused on meaningful connections with their family, friends, and those that they serve. You as an entrepreneur serve your ideal client. You have the solution to their problem. You solve their problem, and I'm here to assist you to be able to solve your problem of reclaiming your time, of being able to have structure, systems, processes in place so that you can be better by the end of the year than you were at the beginning of the year, so that you get 1% better each and every day. That's what I'm here for. That's what the Impact Builder does. That's what we do, because ultimately we want to see and ensure that you keep the doors open. Keep your doors open. So you can't do that if you don't have insight, wisdom, ideas, strategies, principles, a plan that you put in place for you to be able to be successful. And that's what we want to do. That's what we do here in the brand new suite. Real quick, because I was talking about just assisting, and I got a phone call, or was before I came on this morning. I had a quick meeting with a client, and I'd sent them some information so that we could solidify whether or not we were going to be working together, whether or not it was a good fit, and everything like that. And in the midst of the conversation, what's up, D? The conversation, they say to me, we were impressed with the information and what you sent to us, and we're looking forward to being able to work with you. And I thought that was just it made me feel good, and it made me understand truly, and I already feel confident about the things that I do and what I do. But when your clients, they see the work that you put in, when they see the things that you're doing, they can actually they appreciate it, and it goes to what we were saying, the importance of what we've been talking about all this week, knowing your numbers. When you know your numbers and you can talk from a knowledge standpoint and understand, hey, here, this is what we can do. Here's what our product and service can do. Not just now, but we can see it for the foreseeable future. If we do these particular things, then it becomes something that people will readily see the value in what it is that you present to them. And they see that you can solve the problem that they have. And so that's all I do, is I want to be able to assist you solve your problem that you may have with your business. That's what we're here for. That's what we do. And that's how we do it. That's how we roll. So like I said, I'm not gonna be long today, y'all, because I gotta be short, because I got I got another meeting to get to, and then and I was thinking about contemplating whether or not I should do this before or while I was at the airport, because I'm on my way out to the Christian Business Owners Summit in London. So shout out to the overseer, the creator, director of the Christian Business Owners Summit, and the Christian Business Owners Organization, called the organization, and Bernice Lohman. She is absolutely phenomenal. This is the second year it's being held overseas. Last year, as y'all know, we went to Kihancha, Kenya, which was absolutely phenomenal. So I am excited about going to London this year. Your boy is is being able to be one of the blessed to be one of the presenters there. We're going to talk about the impact of being a Christian business owner in the marketplace. So it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. So shout out to them. I'm going to be heading there, and I may do something at the airport as well too. But I wanted to do this and see y'all, holler at y'all before I do leave out. So what we've been talking about this week is why the reasons entrepreneurs need to know your numbers. We talked about the informed decision making that you get when you know your numbers. You're able to make informed decisions. You're actually creating effective cash flow management, or operating in effective cash flow management. And then you identify profitability and optimize your margins. You understand your margins. You understand the money that's coming in, the money that's going out, how much it's costing you to produce your product or service. And as a consequence, you actually you know what your margins are. You understand what needs to be done, or create the margin that you want to be able to create. And so today I'm going to talk about your you gain investor and lender confidence. What does that mean? For those that are entrepreneurs that are looking to be able to have investors, or to be able to go to a bank and get a loan, this is important. This is actually for you. So you want to be able to understand that, and see whether you are, whether you are seeking funding from investors or applying for a loan. Having a firm grasp of your financials, your numbers, is vital. It's essential. And I'm going to get into this in a minute, but if you've ever watched Shark Tank, if you ever watched The Profit, two of the best business shows, reality shows, if you will, on TV were those two. And even you can watch the previous episodes, and I recommend every entrepreneur do that. Investors and lenders want to know that you're running a financially sound operation before they commit their capital, which everybody, if you're an entrepreneur and you're asked to be an investor, you should want to know the numbers as well. And you want to make sure that those that you're going to be investing in, that they know the numbers as well too. And demonstrating that you know your numbers builds trust, credibility, and increases your chances of securing the funds needed, or that you need, in order to be able to grow your business. So when you know your numbers as an entrepreneur and you're looking for an investor, here's what you're getting. What you create. You create credibility. You create trust, and you increase your probability of gaining those funds. And if you ever noticed, if you've ever watched Shark Tank, if you ever watched The Profit, the major thing that they ask you is what? What do they ask you? What's the numbers? What are your numbers? And you have to know those numbers back and forth, up and down, backwards and forwards. You have to know them all kinds of ways. You literally have to know your numbers in your sleep. And if you're doing any type of presentation, if you're doing any type of meeting, to be able to speak with lenders or speak with potential investors about your product or service, you want to make sure that you're going in there confident about your numbers. And that means you have to study it. You have to know it. You have to be able to say, hey, you have to have the vision in your mind of what that already looks like. Lay it out from beginning to end to beginning, all of those ways, so that when they do ask questions, because they're going to ask questions, any investor and any lender worth their weight in gold is going to ask questions. So you have to prepare yourself to be able to answer those questions, and you put yourself in that position. What questions would you want to answer or ask, or would you want answered if you were an investor, if you were a lender? Because that way you kind of come from their perspective. I say that because when I talk with the authors, when I talk with my clients that are authors, and we do the consulting for authors as well, and we're talking about their project. When we talk about their project, I tell them, I need you to read your project not from just the author's perspective, but you also need to read it from the reader's perspective. From a reader's perspective, is it answering the questions that you wanted to answer? Is it giving them the journey that you want them to have as the author? And that way, same thing when it comes to investors and lenders. Do your numbers answer the questions that they will have about your product, your service? Does it create the trust? Does it create the credibility that you want to establish with them? Can they, by your numbers, see what it is that you see? Can they see the vision that you have? Can they see the product as you see the product? Because it's going to come down to the numbers, because they want to know if it's a viable product. They want to know if there's a demand in the marketplace for what it is that you offer. If the answer is yes, hey, then we have something to talk about. We have something to move forward on. And if it's not, then they're going to let you know. And if you don't know your numbers, what could happen is they can tell you one or two things. No, we're not interested. Come back and see us when you know your numbers, or, we appreciate your time, but we don't think that this is a good fit for us. Or it may be, hey, your numbers don't match what they're able to invest in, because they say, hey, I don't have that capacity right now to do that. Or as a bank lender, they may just say, no, this isn't a good fit for us. This isn't ideal for us. This isn't an ideal lending situation for us. But when you know your numbers and you put forth the effort to have a strong presentation of your numbers to an investor, to a lender, it can move you into that position to be able to gain them as an investor, as a lender. And that's the goal. So the more comfortable you are with your numbers, the easier that you make your presentation, the better off you will be with getting that loan, or having that investor say, you know what, yeah, that's worth it. And here's the thing, just to give you an example, if you've watched the movie Air, right? When they made their offer to Michael Jordan, their projections of the numbers was low. Their expectation, they were like, okay, he's going to be a rookie in the league. He hasn't proven himself, but we're willing to take the risk on him, and we're going to put markers in place. You have some investors that will do that. They'll say, hey, let's put some incentives or markers in place, and if we hit those markers, then we'll have this amount of money. If you hit this marker, we'll have this amount of money that you get, this amount of money. And so their projections were only $3 million, I believe. I hope I'm getting this right, for the first year. They were hoping he would do $3 million in sales. You know what he did? The Air Jordans did 120 something million in the first year. blew the numbers away. Absolutely blew the numbers away. And then even before they made the deal, Jordan's mother knew his value and knew the numbers that they wanted. So you know what? She went in and the offer that she said was, here are my numbers. We need a Mercedes Benz. I forgot what model it was. We need a Mercedes Benz, 250 million for, I forgot how many years it was, the 250 million. And I forgot what the third thing was. There's one more thing that I'm forgetting, but those were her numbers. And initially, the gentleman that booked the deal, he was like, man, we can't do that. That's never been done before. And she says to him, do you believe in my son? Do you believe in the reason you came down here to North Carolina to speak to me and my husband about my son? And she said, Michael is going to, be, I don't know if his mother thought he was going to be what he is today, but she certainly believed in who he was, and he was going to perform and put the numbers behind what she was saying. She was that confident in what he was, in him. And she said, sometimes, hey, you have to think outside of the box, and someone is so deserving of it that you have to go beyond what your expectations might have been. And so they did. Nike invested in a young Michael Jordan, and that one decision has to this day still paying dividends to them. And that is that's what it was. It was 10%. He got 10% of the Air Jordan deal. He got 10% of the merchandise, which was the first NIL deal. Morning, Miko. Good morning. So he got 10%. So as you can imagine, Air Jordan makes $400 billion. I'm not sorry, not 400 billion, $4 billion a year, or has been making. Yeah, is at the point where it's making $4 billion. You know how much of that Michael Jordan gets? He gets $400 million. $400 million because his mother knew the numbers that they were projecting or wanted to have that he was capable of doing. And she wanted at least 10%. So it's not just knowing your profit and loss and all of that, but it's also knowing the worth of your brand and your business, your product that you offer. And being able to say to an investor, we know that our product, our service is worth this amount of money. And here's why we believe it is, because it does X, Y, Z, because here's our uniqueness in the marketplace. Here's the vision that we have for it. Here's how committed we are to it. Here's how we plan on being consistent with it. Here's the excellence that we're operating in order to be able to get the numbers that we're telling you that we're going to be able to get. And then we're going to hold ourselves accountable for doing what it is that we say that we want to do. That's what happens when you know your numbers, y'all. That's actually what happens when you know your numbers. That's what I got for y'all today. If you want to go into more detail where we can talk about your numbers, we can delve into those numbers, connect with me. I need you to connect with me. Y'all know I put the contact information in the description. Hop on over to the YouTube channel. I need you to get 500 subscribers, y'all, in 30 days. That's not hard. I just need you to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. Hop on there, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share. All of these, what we talk about here, the strategies that we give, that I give, are there for you to be able to utilize these nuggets. But you can, in order to be able to go more in depth and more defining of them and putting the strategies together, utilizing the principles that we talk about, you got to talk to me, because you're not going to get that anywhere else. I promise you, you're not going to get it anywhere else. So I need you to go ahead, do that, because I want to talk to you. Let's have a great Greatness Thursday. Remember, think differently. I want you to look at your numbers. What are your numbers telling you this week? I need you to take a look. Know your numbers. That's the 3 words to this week. Know your numbers. It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. We'll see you all tomorrow. I should be, because I arrived tomorrow morning. So in London. So it won't be our 9 o'clock time here, but I will be live at some point tomorrow, but just not sure when. But I certainly will. And of course, I'm going to be going live from the summit so that you all can partake of it from a live standpoint. But if you want to, if you can't make it to London, you can actually also be a part of the virtual summit, because that is available as well. You can go, and I'm going to put this in the description. You're going to go to www.cboevent.com to be a part of it. We do have that option as well, so you can still be in the room, but not be in the room, if that makes sense to you. But we will see you all tomorrow. Have a super fantastic day. Peace.